afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to an exciting, riveting, and amazing Propagandacast with me, your host, Imperial Dane, the one, the only Master Propaganda here of Psych Defender of the Fatherland of Eternal, the glorious 1v1 own. You guessed it, it is Twin Beaches. Those beaches sure are popular. In the south stands Momo4sho, fighting for the Wehrmacht, Germany, Deutschland, here with the 26th Panzer Division arrayed for a counterattack against the British forces under the command of Charlotte, and the 7th Armoured Division pushing forwards for king and country. We got a Kenkrat Grenadier start here for Momo versus a Vickers start here for Charlotte. Alrighty then. Kenkrat rolling out here for Momo. And as always, a big hearty thanks to my Patreon supporters who helps keep the Propagandacast running with their generous support, and a big thanks to May I Be Me for donating and supporting the Propagandacast with his hard-earned money. So, Vickers machine team, they're hauling forwards. Lots of ammunition, of course, ready to feed into the machine gun. Up north here, we got Sappers Abyssy. On the far south, German troops are steadily advancing here. Kettenkrad, of course, gobbling up a lot of terrain here for Momo4sho and the German army. Momo, in fact, dispatching forces here towards the northern fuel point here, looking to secure it before the British arrive and ruin it with all their tea and biscuits. MG42 falling up for Momo, and we got a second Vickers machine gun here for Charlotte. She does appear to be a bit of a fan here of machine gun teams, so she's going in hard here with the Vickers. Sandbags by northern fuel point, Sappers moving forward, so they may come under fire, of course, here from the Grenadiers if they pop in too rapidly. MG42 team following up there for Momo. Otherwise, very steady approach here from both sides. Of course, Momo's Kenkrat does allow him to grab a lot of territory early on here, and of course, it's popular with some players, others just tend not to bother with them because the Kenkrat just dies really fast. It's typically how it is for me, so I just kind of stop using the Kenkrat. Almost got the northern fuel. Oh, we actually got it. Machine gunning to assist here as well. Sappers creeping about there for Charlotte. Machine gun team guns moving up here, catching the Sappers there, using the elevation here to get some extra good shots there on the Sappers, but deciding not to poke in too far. Perhaps it's the threat here of a nasty position mixed up by the southern points that is convincing Momo to maybe dispatch forces a bit away from that. We'll have to see. And we do have an infantry section out here for Charlotte, so not going for a lot of Vickers machine guns. And we got Momo here with a rare sighting of the sniper, which has very heavily dropped off the radar after they nerfed it. Not that I'm personally complaining. Up north, the Grenadier versus Sappers Pioneers. They got the northwestern munition point here. Sappers being slowly bled out here by intense rifle fire from the Grenadiers. Snipers slowly getting ready. Kenkrat pushing in from the northeastern fuel point, or southeastern fuel point actually, and runs straight into some nasty work. They go straight for the carpet instead. That's only one way of doing it. Sappers right here, machine holding up here a British advance on the northern fuel point. Kenkrat just racing around here and seizing points, but Charlotte shows that she too can hit carve points and sends in her Vickers team on the carve point. Things are heating up for sure. Section right here from northern fuel point. Kenkrat spotted by the Vickers. Second section up for Charlotte and the British Empire, and we got the sniper out here with a scoped G43, which German snipers really didn't use. They preferred the Carnite TK or a Mouse Nagant if they could get their hand on it. Good shot there. Sniper there about to get wiped, but narrowly avoids getting cleared out there by the Vickers. Very close call there for Momo. And he's going to have to like go for some pretty fast medical station there to heal. And we also got a Luftwaffe company from Momo. Been a bit of while since seen a Luftwaffe company up north here. Section spotted by the MG42 as Momo quick shifts his forces south of the T to try and deflect Charlotte's advance. He's also been good progress on the north here. So far, Charlotte's early game has been deflected, and Charlotte is having a slightly tougher time now. This is Momo getting crossed by the Vickers and this, not the Vickers, but the section of the Sappers. Being slowly pushed back. We also have a medical station up there for Charlotte, a field infirmary. 2-2-1 for Momo. Alrighty then. An armoured car we see too much of either at the moment. A Recce section advancing. Sandbags up north. Ketenkrad definitely needs to be pulled back for some repairs there. It is not looking too great there. More sections out there for Charlotte moving forwards. Vickers holding up here. There we go up north. Ketenkrad almost taken out there by Charlotte's Recce section. Pioneers got the northern munitions point entirely within his control there. Grenadiers setting out. Actually went for another one, but then cancelled it instead, focusing on the armored car. This does mean that Momo right now is very low on infantry, so if Charlotte were to like push in with a lot of infantry, that could give Momo a bit of a hard time. We'll of course have to see. Machine gun versus machine gun, that's it. Momo's machine gun definitely enjoys the upper hand here, due to being in a building, and the other one not being in anything, just out in the open. Pioneers up north are being overwhelmed. Sappers set going at it. Good chance of wipe here on Momo, which would mean you have to replace those Pioneers. Sniper gets in a quick hit there with the scope D43. Pioneers, yeah, they're going to go down unless Momo has some absurd luck here, which he does not. You also get a classic choice of Mechanized Battle Group. I mean, certainly if you're going to go for the 2-to-1, you almost want it, so the 2-to-1 can at least help grab territory there. So that does make sense. In fact, we got the 2-2 going straight for Charlotte's carve point again here. A rapid, motorized move there for Momo. Nice and aggressive, looking to keep, I think, Charlotte there a bit off kilter. There you go. Next target is the Vickers machine gun team, which is powerless against the might of the 2-2-1. Good work there. Meanwhile, section moving towards the car point here. Back here, we got Jaegers for Momo. As for Charlotte, I do believe we are seeing some tech. Yes, indeed, the platoon command post with a 6-pounder gun on the way. Steady advance here in the northern points by the beach. Eastern points, actually. Section they're grabbing, but because the northern side falling to the British Army in return, plus the northern hill point. MU-42 is the Vickers. Down to less than half health here. The beach point. And we got the Jaegers out here for Momo, going for the Panzerschreck, the Raketen Panzerbüchse. Meanwhile, 2-to-1 pushing forwards again here, ripping into those Vickers. There's another Vickers sneakbound, of course, the 6-pounder gun here. He can pop smoke here with the smoke canisters and does deploy the smoke here, allowing his 2-to-1 to somewhat more safely withdraw from an otherwise messy situation, quickly crashing a few boats in the process. North here, Pioneers, supported by a sniper and Grenadiers, push for the northern fuel, or the hill fuel point again, going for the beach fuel. Got the Grenadiers of the section, but with the sniper in tow here, Charlotte can't really maintain that position for long. We got the Jaegers here with the Raketen Panzerbüchse in case Charlotte does decide to toss a Humber like that, or a potential Stuart here at him. So sharp move there, of course, by Moore. Of course, he could also theoretically upgrade here with the Panzerbüchse 41, but most players don't really much of a point in that at the moment, unless they're like really desperate. There you go, machine gun team on the way again here. Of course, do with a bit more infantry. Got mines here on the main road in case Charlotte decides to go for a aggressive ride. There you go, Humber catching the 2-to-1 here. Sniper definitely also in the line of sight here, and the line of fire more crucially. Charlotte, though, or is the pathing betraying Charlotte? I do not know. Looks like the sniper, though, lives to see another day. Or, no, we got Charlotte driving after the sniper with the Humber. Charlotte takes no prisoners. And we got a Panzer Grenadier company now here from Momo. Interesting choice. However, the sniper got wiped. This pushed the Humber into Veterans 1 halfway towards Veterans 2. That's pretty good for Charlotte, and certainly rather painful for Momo, considering particularly how little damage the sniper really managed to do before Momo buried the sniper within, or Charlotte buried Momo's sniper within his own base. That's sending a message. Going to tank rifle ready, of course, deal with the 2-to-1, potentially any other armored cars, when he has gone for Mechanized. And Charlotte as well, because she's seen the armored car grab points. So there's definitely a chance that Momo could be chucking an Achterhard here at Charlotte next. Got the Humber heading northwards. In the south here, we got section moving forwards, Vegas all up at the southern field point as well. Charlotte's down to get more map control. That Humber is definitely doing some good work here. And Majors do even more as it catches here. Momo's cannon crowd up north here. Low health left on the cannon crowd. Can the Humber score the kill? No. Fortune smiles upon Momo just briefly here. Very briefly. We got the Sunbeck spawn forward hands of the British Army. We got Momo lining up for a steep southern flank here. With the Jaegers, but with a Panzerschreck. And we got Momo moving straight ahead for the Panzer Company. Momo here is just playing loose and fast with his taking. Good golly. Like, he barely has any infantry. He's in part relying on some aggressive Kettenkrat and 2-to-1 plays here. So, we'll have to see what he pushes out there, but considering how little infantry he has, he's going to absolutely just go for some Starstorm, and he does, in fact, go for Starstorm. 2 thumbs up to Momo. He's definitely one of those players I do know enjoys the Starstorm, actually consistently goes for them, so that is ever so nice to see. He's being hunted down here with the Humber, and it's autocannon. Starstorm there, halfway done here for Momo. Meanwhile, Charlotte with a big push down the beach. You see 2 boys sections there, engaging the 2-to-1, their 6-pounder gun, and there you go, the armored car is lit ablaze there. Full on Alpha Strike, then the Kettenkrat, then pursued by the Hammer Grenadiers pushing forwards. This does leave Momo much more exposed in terms of map control. Of course, he does now have the Starstorm. On the other hand, he's still far away from like any tanks, and well, he could do more infantry, so maybe he could actually consider like another Starstorm squad. Could also try for a flak 30 here. Wouldn't be a hard bad choice versus the infantry and the Humber. I will see. Got the Starstorm in work there. Up north, fighting by the hill continues. Then MU42 versus a lot of very displeased British forces. And back in Charlotte's base, we do actually, by the way, have the training center up. Always a good upgrade to have. And White Foss the Humber. The southeast Starstorm was trying to make the way here through Charlotte's defensive line there with Jaegers. That looks like they're going to go for the flank to that way, crack it open. We actually got a second Starstorm squad on the way for Momo. EMS up north here. Push here to force the British off the northern beaches. Is underway. The Grenadiers, though, are taking an intense amount of fire, but they do successfully chuck a Steel Hunt Grenade, forcing away the Vickers, leaving just the Hammer to be dealt with. In the south, though, Jaegers there, you guys can see there, disrupts here Charlotte's formation, which should allow the Starstorm to then push in. We also have the communication cables upgrade on the Kettenkrat now here from Momo. Thumbs up. Grenade assault here, think be a very good thing to chuck there, at least some red phosphorus. There we go. Steel Hand Grenade. Ooh, and the Grenadiers got wiped up north here. Humber went for the kill. So now Momo is down just Jaegers and 2 squads of Starstorm. That's quite the force composition there. So Charlotte, we got the 6-pounder gun ready there, and oh boy, the Centaur Mark IV, which is really the only version of the Centaur besides the version with the anti-aircraft guns to see service. It was basically the predecessors of the Cromwell tank, which is why it looks so similar to it. It had a sort of howitzer there mounted 95mm, I believe. Starstorm then being bombarded. So Momo right now has basically just the Panzerschrecks to try and engage this thing. Baker's still been caught with the Starstorm. Crusader or Centaur keeps up this pursuit here for now. Starstorm routed. The south, the Vickers moving forwards. But as a fun fact, the Commonwealth forces would develop a series of tanks that would never really see action. They built a lot of them, but they're never just being used for training. For example, for the British, you had the Covenanter, which was the predecessor of the Crusader, but it's just quite frankly terrible. You had the Centaur there, for example. They also had the Canadians with the Ram and the Grizzly tanks, which was similarly developed, but just never saw usage. So we got Panzerfaun on the way for Momo, but Charlotte is pushing out rapidly, buoyed by the Centaur's arrival. Starstorm getting ready for the next counterattack here, and the Kettenkrat is gone. Really looking tough here, though, for Momo, as Charlotte just tumbles ahead here for the British Empire.
Alarm. Sector overrun.
Looking forward to see the basic gun, I believe that's here, which was actually another Czechoslovakian machine gun the British Army would use alongside the Bren gun. There we go, Panther, there goes section hop with the 2 Starstorm. They're getting absolutely pelted here with MG42 fire. Of course, MT is next for Momo. Might be a steady move towards Panthers. Stuck Assault Group, I mean a Stuck D, I suppose, and some Panzers could be good here, but there you go, 6-pounder gun here. Caught on the flank by the Starstorm. That's going to go down very fast unless Charlotte here has some absolutely amazing light against those Starstorms rolled forwards. Panther, they're getting pummeled. Up north, mine goes off here on the second Centaur tank. that Charlotte called in will be busy with the first one here. 6-pounder gun down, they got patriotic fire here. 6-pounder gun machine guns are being pushed back. It's utter carnage on the beaches up north, and machine gun firing to the rear here of the Humber armored car. Vickers routed, Jaegers sending the sappers packing, the sappers are close being wiped out. Centaurs keep blasting, Panther 4 being pushed back by anti-tank rifle fire. And we got another Vickers here arriving from the beach town to fire down onto the beaches where Momo's infantry currently is located. Grabs the 6-pounder gun and holds off with it. And we got Grenadiers here for Momo. An interesting late game choice. Though considering previous matches and knowing Momo, he's probably going to use them to like merge a lot with his troops there, in particular on the frontline troops to help out, keep reinforcement costs down, but also just, ensure that they don't have to retreat and just, keep holding back and forth Grenadiers for that purpose then. A cheeky play in there by Momo. Thumbs up. Not very often you see someone so dedicated to merging, but that is Momo for you. Because they're sort of slightly exposed. If the Starstorm appear right next to them. Up north here, we got the centers being hauled back for repairs. Both fairly dinged up. Nego grenade assault here. Causing quite a bit of damage. We could see the Vickers actually go down here to Momo. Particularly remembers to pop shock assault here. No, Fortune does smile upon Charlotte here. And the Vickers team is sold out. And just very quick merge here with the Starstorm from the Grenadiers. Thumbs up to Momo. So we got 253, so 424. British forces of fire controlling a good chunk of the map here. Crikey, they hit us with a rocket. Who shoots rockets? The Germans. Oh, right. Humber falling back here. East level Humber, though, they do hit veterans very fast, and they can become quite nasty with that. Panther 4 once more good to go away for Momo and the German army. Straight into the Vickers here. Machine gun there with Jaeger supported pushing back the section there, and we can see just pretty much all of his other infantry squads have at this point like a minimum of one Grenadier squad attached to them there. So there's a clear intent here with just that one Grenadier squad there for Momo, and that is very much like just merge. Thumbs up. Good shot from the Panther there for the front line of the center. Panther 4 moves in. Another great shot here, but we've got two tank hunter sections nearby. Another great shot there. Almost got one of Charlotte's Centaur infantry tanks, but no. Didn't quite manage. Well, infantry tanks, but moves up north here. Pioneers here moving forward straight into the Humber. And it's naughty autocannon. Later models of the Humber would actually be equipped with a 37mm gun, similar to say on the Stuart, the Greyhound. I suppose you could go for a fourth one, but I don't think you're going to go for that when he's so close to another Panther 4 here. And he's still some time away from, say, a Panther. But there's also the option of him going for the Stuke assault group here versus Charlotte. There are many options overall for Momo to consider. There you go, 6-pounder gun on the flank here for the Humber. Quick strike here. Hitting one of Momo's blind angles. There we go, great shot from the 6-pounder gun through the Humber's frontal armor. Metal buckling under the high velocity shell there. Section caught by the MB-42 there, and we got a second Panther 4 there for Momo and Swaziland. Another push towards the beaches. Centaurs there being fixed up once more, just hanging back in reserve. And as Charlotte sort of tries to draw Momo northward, she strikes south. Quickly and deftly outmaneuvering him there. 6-pounder gun there, back to reinforcing. We got those Starstorm on the move again. Northern points. Section there, quick withdrawing as I imagine Charlotte's quick to figure out if there's Grenadiers nearby. There's probably also Starstorm. Okay, Momo, by the way, not going for the Panther directly, instead going here for Mechanized Assault, which is a good ability. Could be planning either Starstorm Assault package. I mean, 2 Starstorm squad for the assault rifles. Could be an idea here. Maybe, I don't know. There's also, of course, the possibility of Vesper. Or some self-propelled artillery, we'll have to see. And meanwhile, Charlotte just keeps going for Centaurs. So, you don't want, like, any tanks or proper ones? No, just send us the one for the howitzers. We just need to blow up Germans. Alright. Another push here. Panther caught with the Centaurs. Bit of a return hit here, but gonna need a lot of firepower to hold back these British rolling explosive advancing machine gun there sent packing. 6-pounder gun opening the Centaurs there. Panther 4 firing. We've got the 6-pounder guns though backing up the Centaur push here. Of course, Momo could try and launch a flank assault, but already now the Centaurs are pulling back here, make it a bit tougher at least with infantry. Here by the lighthouse, the Starstorm are also up to no good. Meanwhile, the center assault from Charlotte continues, even as I think Momo is just trying to like occupy and then flank up. But there you go. The infantry flank is caught here, but the Vickers will need to stop that fast. But no, both Starstorm squads have been suppressed here by Charlotte's Vickers. We do get a red phosphorus grenade to block the line of sight. Very good. Up north, push for the hill on the fuel. Fuel on the hill, Jesus. The fuel on the hill here is disrupted with a Humber, but still managed to enter the point neutral. And straight ahead here through the south towards the fuel and victory point here, Momo needing to add pressure here to Charlotte. Of course, might end up pushing a bit too far there in the face of the Centaurs. And no immediate anti-tank support for the Starstorm.
Installing a Panzer officer.
And officer quarters there, thumbs up. Of course means any unit out of it will be pushed to Veterans 1 if they aren't already. Of course, the ones that get built, plus any units overall just gain 25% more experience. It's a very good upgrade, since it does mean your Starstorm, your Panzers hit Veteran T2 fast after that as well there, and then Veteran T3. Charlotte still not really taking up. Seems like she's just content with holding up to 3 Centaurs here. No Technical Crusaders, Grants, or Matildas. We'll say Foot Guards. Go, merging with the Starstorm again. The other Starstorm here, but I think Momo may have to pull them back. They're low on health. And again, he may just try and hold out until the Grenadiers can arrive to merge with them. But I don't think Charlotte is going to allow him to pull it off. There you go. Very low and healthy, and Momo is very much forced here to just withdraw. No, merges there with them on the retreat, which you can do, by the way. Thumbs up to Momo. Charlotte holding back in the center here. Momo, of course, also keeping his arm in reserve here. Both players a bit hesitant now about committing their tanks in a larger push here for now. Does mean caught with the Recce section, low on health. Probably would make more sense for Momo at this point to hold them back for some healing. I mean, a lot of them are, you know, quite dinged up. And of course, while he can merge, I mean, it would be more ideal if he just didn't have to, like, reinforce them. Panther getting blasted by the double 6-pounder guns here from Charlotte. No assault package for the Starstorm, so I'm guessing what Momo could planning here is actually the Vesper, which with all the anti-tank guns that Charlotte is starting to bring to bear against him would make a fair amount of sense. But in the center there, Charlotte pushes forward once more here with a mix of Centaurs and 6-pounder guns here, looking to batter in Momo's front door. Said he still has the 6-pounder gun in reserve, and there we go, good shot on the Centaur. Gun is caught routed, Centaur's pushing in here. And before marked too at that. Go, Starstorm reinforcing healing. Gun is spotted routed, could go for another Panther 4 now, could also just go for the Sturmpanzer 4 to show us they help deal with these 6-pounder guns, as the Sturmpanzer is fairly good at clearing out anti-tank guns, I find. Meanwhile, Charlotte bringing up more anti-tank guns. Momo going for another Panther 4. There's certainly an argument I feel like the Charlotte may want to consider like taking up. Bring in something a bit bigger than just 6-pounder guns. South here, Recce section, viewing over the southern part of the beaches, the landing zone there. Machine gun starts from northwards here. Well, we're maintaining good control up north here, and Charlotte, interesting enough, hasn't really put much effort like gaining it anymore. Flanking the Humber, could take it out with the Pantric set fires at the center. Vic is still holding up a main jump assault by the Starstorm. Yanks keeping up, they're just getting absolutely flattened here by the Centaurs. Their howitzers is just unloading a very large amount of high explosive death here. In the south, you can see the Panther going to assist here. Other one moving up as well here. Not quite going as smooth there as I imagine Momo would like. Third Panther Force ready, and thanks to the officer quarters, it is immediately Veterans who won. Starstorm advancing. Charlotte and the 7th Armoured Division is forced to vacate the beach town there to the Germans for now. 600 up in the Panther 4, down to half health. Starstorm advancing here. Another good shot here. Smoke deployed, and the Starstorm are just being slaughtered there. Panther Force further withdrawing in the south, and another moves forward, but there's another anti-tank here for Charlotte, which Momo wasn't ready for. And he's forced also to withdraw his 3rd Panther Force. So that's all 3 Panther Forces now in dire need of repairs here, as Charlotte's anti-tank guns are doing a very good job. So I'd also argue this map is fairly good for anti-tank guns due to the somewhat more laney nature. So Momo, of course, here could try and go for the Vespers to counter the 6 Panther guns. Could also just push for Panthers, not give a rat's arse. Could also try for the Sturmpanzer. We'll of course have to see what Momo picks here. Big 2 points wise, it's still fairly close. Actually, it's a bit more of a good lead there to Charlotte, but nothing huge either. More reinforcements healing here for Momo in his base. The 26th Panzer Division. 2nd Panzer Grenadier Company. Quiet here, Jaegers there sort of hiding out. Fresh wave of Starstorm getting ready, I think, here for Momo. He's also at full pop cap now, though, so he can't really call anything any when he wanted to. Charlotte also clearly not any big rush like mega any aggressive moves. They've been probing up northeast, sends back Momo's 1 Grenadier squad. I suppose one option Momo could consider would be some more infantry officer quarters. A bit of veterans for the pioneers, the cannoneers, and the machine guns. Good shot there on the Humber, but there we go. 6 Panther guns on the flank to push back the Panther 4. Seizing the northern points. Center hanging back. Up north here we got the Starstorm as a section above northern field point. Quickly dropping Dennis. No longer a menace. South here Panther pushing forwards. Starstorm in reserve here to assist maybe. Puts it up for deep flank here against Charlotte. It only feels like Charlotte might be slightly regretting going for 3 Centaurs at this stage because he's just not quite gaining the momentum if she wants out of them anymore. As Momo's Panther 4s are quite capable of shutting them down, and they're just not quite capable of anything in return. We do finally get a company command post up. Bit surprised it took so long here. 6 Panther guns on the move though. Really opening up the Panther 4. Meanwhile, a bit push up north here. Starts being pushed back with the Centaur. We got the Panther 4 round to assist. Gundy's also holding up here for some support. Got that section they're firing back. Going for the beach point there, while up by the northern beach point there. Section routed. South here, moving forwards. 6 Panther guns looks like they're sort of holding a bit back. There goes Charlotte, comes crashing in. Jaegers they're firing away, but they are very much lined up here. Almost feels like Momo is willing to just throw in those Jaegers here. He's getting close to that Panther up north. He fought being grabbed there by Momo as he's starting to look back and swing around Charlotte here. I mean, there's certainly a possibility to get around for here now. Get behind Charlotte. 6 Panther guns, at which point Charlotte could be in a very, very uncomfortable position. Center the Panther 4 moving in, backed up the info 2 section, pinned down to the ground here. Panzerkampfwagen advances here. Up north, they slow advance here. We got a Panther 4. Looks like Momo is perhaps even planning to rate the base direct or just going for a really deep flank. It's hard to say, but there you go. Flanks one of Charlotte's Centaurs. Meanwhile, the rest of the forces sort of split up a bit more awkwardly here. In the center section, pinned down. Humber going in hard as well as Starstorm spotted. Virtually 2 on the Panther 4 under Momo's command. I'd also consider armored side skirts, by the way. I think that'd be a pretty handy upgrade. But there you go. 6 Panther guns unleashing out on the Panther 4 here. Smoke popped, allowing Momo to narrowly withdraw his Panther 4. And there you go. Humber raising in. Feeling cheeky. And almost gets destroyed because of that cheek. 169 and 243. And we got Mechanized assault activated here, allowing the tanks to repair themselves very slowly. Ooh, but there you go, push to fire ahead here, underestimated I think Charlotte's reach, but also troops nearby any tanks actually gets a bonus. There you go, rocket strikes called in here, that means air support of course. We already know that of course with the Centaurs obviously, but further confirmation, or easy to forget in a sense there. Starts to most got one of the Centaurs though. Panther 4 there also gets away here in part due to Mechanized assault, but also they're sort here for the center. Forced withdraw here somewhat from the center there on both sides as it just turns into a complete mess. Smoke deployed by the Jaegers. Up north, Panther 4s are looking to make a slow withdrawal here. And Charlotte, there goes another centaur. Feels a bit odd. I feel like at this point, Charlotte would rather like, you know, maybe some Crusaders, maybe some Matildas, or maybe some Grandia versus, you know, all the stuff from Momo's got lined up. And Momo actually here goes for the Vesper. Jaegers wiped out, leaving Momo just down to 3 squads again. Pioneers in the beaches in trouble. Starstorm flying around the Vickers here, could close in for some grenades. We actually got the Panther Shrek drop there. Up north, the 6 mark drop up. They got the 6 pounder guns pursuing the Panther 4s here. Could deliver a bit of a stinging blow here to Momo. One Panther 4 down, the other Panther 4's also in the danger zone here. But no, Charlotte doesn't, I think, isn't aware of its positioning. Meanwhile, grenade assault here clears out the Vickers. The Stars from their forced withdrawal. The other Centaur racing through here. Quite hectic stuff here, and suddenly Momo sees all of his gains here suddenly evaporated as Charlotte comes in with a heavy backswing blow here. Units are being pummeled into the ground here. 6 pounder guns about to get wiped out, and we got actually a Vespa out now for Momo. Based off the Panzer II chassis, mounted 105mm howitzer. He's gonna, I think, try and take out the 6 pounder guns now with the Vespa. First shot though goes a bit far. Meanwhile, Panther 4 goes for the other centaur. Vespa back to hit there. Looks like it's slightly hitting. Killing some poor bastard. And I imagine maybe making Charlotte reconsider her positioning behind the tank guns just a wee bit. Panther 4 pulling in here, flanking in the centaur. Could get a kill here on Charlotte. There you go. Another centaur bites the dust. Panther being pursued here by the 6 pounder guns, going for the other centaur as well as Starstorm and hot on the heels of the 6 pounder guns. Pioneers, Starstorm machine moving in here. Charlotte's moment of glory may just have turned against as Momo now comes charging in with the Starstorm. And the Panther 4 catching the isolated centaur up north here as Charlotte was too quick to split up her forces. Starstorm about to get wiped out here, but Charlotte at this point though is taking so many losses it may not actually matter, like casualties are piling up here. Down to just one centaur, 6 pounder gun cruiser also dying out here. Good God. Meanwhile, Momo with another Panther 4 and no replacement infantry. Almost got the remaining 6 pounder gun crew here, and what is this? Is another centaur? It is! It almost feels like Charlotte's been caught in a bit of the circle of the call-ins, rather than calling it something a bit more sensible, building it. Final anti-tank gun decrewed as well, but another Panther 4 is lit up. They got an Ace Panther 4 meanwhile, just continuing the push here. Sappers also not risk getting wiped out here. Fresh contact though through the center against Momo. Recruiting the 6 pounder gun behind the Ace Panther 4 could actually get a bit dangerous there for Momo. And we got a Panther out now. The Panzerkampfwagen 5. Meanwhile, the Vespa there can't fire again. Panther 4 there though. Oh! It's gonna go down, isn't it? This match has so many twists and turns. There you go. Got the 6 pounder gun here. Panther going for the centaur. Centaur heavily damaged. Panther 4 somehow surviving through the smoke for now, but that's gonna change any moment now. Go. Final grenade leaves Momo's Ace Panther 4 in flames, but now we got the Panther here, and Charlotte is running out of men and tanks at an incredible pace here. 169 versus 64 here. Panther pushing in here, going for the kill for the fatherland, and there you go. The centaur is down. And that Charlotte has a Vickers and some sappers, and that's it. Vespa bombarding the Vickers here by Northern Point. It's like the Feldhaubitzer. And there you go, GG, game over. That was quite an unusual match with some interesting tactics and strategies on both sides. I do feel like Charlotte commit to the Centaurs. I think had Charlotte snuck in some Grant tanks or Matildas, I think Charlotte would have been in a much better position, or some foot guards would also been, I think, a good addition. Meanwhile, I think played fairly well, good use of the Star Sovereign. Very nice to see those in action. Nice use of the Panther-4s, and the Vest was also very nice to see. They doesn't exactly see a lot of usage in the 1v1 meta game, but, you know, when you do see it, it does feel a bit extra special, doesn't it? So, you know, quite a nice little fight here between two excellent top-tier players. So I hope you enjoyed this match. You'll learn something from it. If you did and wish to support, you can donate or pledge on donate via PayPal or pledge on Patreon. Links in the description. Also, you know, commenting, liking, sharing, subscribing helps me out a bunch, so that just getting the YouTube algorithm to show the video to more people. So that's a great way to help me out as well there, without even like having to pay a cent. So thank you all for joining in, and see you all tomorrow for another episode. Bye.